Yachts, Lady Flo. How was your Thanksgiving? Mine was amazing. So I kind of went like lazy and let everyone else cook the turkey and like the best stuff ever. And I just made like a douce, what do you call that? A douce leche pumpkin cake. And it actually was so good. I made a homemade caramel with milk, whipped it up. But my favorite thing for the holidays is actually a tea. It's a hot toddy. So you get lemon, you boil it, you put ginger in there, a little bit of hibiscus, and sometimes I put orange too, and you boil that, and the ginger literally is what takes it to like a lemonade, but with a kick. It's so good. You have to try it. So yeah, I hope you've got some leftovers. We've got a couple, last us a couple days. I hear don't eat them after 7 days though. That's like, get it done by then. So I made so many videos right before the holiday and just like deep dives into like Gypsy, the patterns and blah, blah, blah. And you know what really hit me as the most significant part that we need to pay attention to at the very moment? And Toddy Skip kind of touched on this. Nina lightly touched on this. Case lightly touched on this. And it's something we're all noticing, which is that, we were Team Ryan because he was playing the sympathy card. Yep. I don't know whether he was doing it like knowingly or whether it was like Gypsy kind of tricked him into playing the sympathy card without him even realizing it. But you have this guy who is dumped, the day before New Year's Eve, like the eve of Valentine's. So imagine New Year's Eve, like at midnight, it's the day before New Year's. So the eve of Valentine's, so it's already past the 13th, it's the middle of the night before Valentine's morning, is when she tells Ryan, I'm in love with Ken. Leaves him soon after that and immediately is taking photo shoots with Ken at Jazz Fest, like full-on photo shoots. Did she do that with Ryan? Did she go and do like a wedding photo shoot or a honeymoon photo shoot? No, the first thing she did with Ryan was go to New York. And, Crime Moms and Justice Mom, they've touched on the fact that this New York thing has been going on for a while. Her talk of going to New York started before 2015. So there is what we're learning is that Gyp plans things way in advance. She calls herself a good planner for a reason. And she may not be the brightest cookie in the bunch, but she's good at planning. That's why she doesn't want to work. She wants to spend all her time planning. And in my opinion, like if you're not doing chores, Chrissy's doing your laundry, you're not cooking for your guy, you got a lot of time to plan when you don't have a job. So yeah, so the video I wanted to quickly like just touch on before I release all these deep dives I did, and this is just a quick little thing. You guys know that I do music, okay? And part of being a music artist is sometimes people will pay you or reach out to you and they'll be like, hey, can you make a song for me for my kid who's having a birthday party? Or, hey, can you make a song for me because I'm getting married and like I want it to be special. I want the song that's being sung to be significant for us. Or you'll get people that are like, hey, like, I really want to impress a girl. Like, I want to win her over. Can you like make a song based on this, this, this? So this happens a lot with people that haven't made it past, the Sabrina Carpenter type level escalon, okay, in music. And remember, Sabrina Carpenter did it for like 10 years before people knew who she was. It's like, it's hard getting up to the top. So this guy, Ryan did a live, whatever. And this guy hops on the live. And then Ryan's like, dude, I don't accept anybody, but I'll accept you. Like, but just this once. And he's like, I don't accept people. Like, but you, I will. And the guy's name was AQ the Goat. And in music, so this is this is the thing. In music and hip hop, there's a whole other lingo and language. And a goat is like, in music, a goat is like someone who's like good at their music, you know? They got it down. So his name's AQ the Goat, and he starts putting on this beat. He's like playing this little keyboard. He's got the beat flow, and he's like, "Can you hear me? Can you hear me?" And then Ryan, he gets that cheesy grin. You know that thing he does where he like puts his chin up like this, like, and he gets this grin, like, and then he's like, and he does that, like, it's so cheesy. So he did that right away. And I'm like, dude, you don't know what this guy's going to sing about, right? He's just some random you like accepted in the request. Like, how do you know what he's going to sing about? So the guy starts singing about this is for all the people in toxic relationships. And I'm thinking, like, everyone watching this who's been Team Brian this whole time has been like, whoa, like he's finally open to the idea that maybe he was in a kind of relationship. And nope, the song suddenly takes a quick twist, which I'll plug in really quick.
Beat on your mama, I'm sorry that she stayed. I'm sorry for her ignorance and sorry for his rage, cause it's 20 years later and the story's still the same. You keep finding yourself in toxic relationships with men that abuse you.
20 years, toxic relationship, man after man after man, nothing but toxic relationships. And you got to stop and think about this. How many of you people know people who have been divorced, okay? Or in the process of divorce, or have, like, everyone's known someone who's been divorced, whether it was their parents or whatever. It's that common. Or even just in the media, or, you know, Amber Heard, you know, Johnny Depp. How many people are going through a divorce and their significant other is like dedicating a song to them indirectly using AQ the Go, which he did a great job on the song. I'm sure he don't know the whole backstory between Ryan and Gyp Gyp. But how many people are gonna like make a song and dedicate it to a girl who for 20 years has had nothing but male toxic relationships? Now, first of all, Gyp admits that in prison, she experimented a lot with the lesbian side of her and wanted to know more about her preferences and interests. She could have, you know, gone out of prison and she could have, you know, married someone else, you know, but instead she marries Ryan. And what I thought was weird about that whole timing is her and Ken 7 years ago, right, is when they picked the name of their future baby, Aurora. And as you know, many of you in the comments have mentioned that Aurora was what Nick was going to name their future baby. So it's almost like the men are fulfilling a role that they don't even know they're going to fulfill. But she has already planned it way in advance. Like way in advance. So regardless of whether he knows he's playing the sympathy card or not, Ryan was playing the sympathy card and it got him 11 million views. Then all of a sudden, Gyp makes him feel hope that they may get together one day, or that she has an ember left for him still. And, you know, people are calling him a simp. They are calling him a simp because he immediately stops like the track that he was on. He had fame in his hand. He was getting 11 million views, way more than Gyp is getting at the moment, way more. And she got him to drop that opportunity with just the hope that maybe they could get back together in the future one day. Or that maybe not even that, but that she was thinking about him. Now, something odd I noticed was when Nita pointed out that there was this messaging pattern and all of the messages that had been deleted except for the ones he had sent to make it look like he was desperate for her attention, there was a account under that, a red and black account photo, and it was something like heart. I have to like screenshot it, but it looked just like the Kevin Owen painting in his hallway that he's about to hang. Ryan has all these wrestler photos he's about to hang in the hallway, and there's one Kevin painted in all red, all black. You know what that reminded me of? Ruby. And as Ryan walks by it, I knew he was going to do this. He walks right by it and he's like, I love this one. Oh yeah, you know why I love this one. You know how he gets, I love this one. You guys know I love this one. And his face lights up. And you know why he loved that one so much. These are tons of pictures of wrestlers he could have highlighted or like talked about. He focuses on the one, doesn't say anything about Kevin himself as like a person or his achievements, but instead like gushes over and over like he's talking about Gypsy. He knows that she's Ruby, you guys. He knows. And this is where unconditional love can get twisted. You see, Gypsy went and spoke at a university on the border, the thin line, or the line between victim and victimization. There's a big line between the two. You see, sometimes people who are victims unknowingly victimize other people until they break that pattern. There's a difference in that and someone who intentionally plans every moment on how they're going to emotionally blackmail and torment their partners. You can give unconditional love to someone, and we all know that Ryan has unconditional love for Gypsy. When they did the File interview, he said, Gypsy throws me over the cliff, and I'm hanging on the cliff, and then she leans over, and she's like, are you still there? And he's like, yeah, I'm still here. He unconditionally loves her, and that's amazing. I'm glad that fame is not what's most important to him. I'm glad that he'd rather give up 1 million views for love, right? That should be the priority anyway. However, love can be conditional. Love can be unconditional on your end, and you can still set conditions for the other person on how they need to treat you. You can love anyone unconditionally, but expect conditions on how they're going to treat you. You can love someone because they're Ruby and still have a condition that they can't just get you to give up everything unless they're going to be leaving Ken. And this is also why, no offense, but the sources that put out that Ken and Gyp were breaking up, you know that was all to manipulate Ryan even further. To take away the torch from him, because what was happening, and this is what every guy must know that dates Gypsy Rose, if you date her and then you don't date her, there's a torch of fame that you could easily take from her. Easily. And she does not want that to happen. She wants the torch to end with her. And it worked. Now, this artist, AQ the Goat, gets on and Ryan's gushing. He does that whole cheesy grin thing. AQ the Goat starts singing about toxic relationships and about how it's a woman who for 20 years has been treated badly by men. That's the romance. That is the love song that you're going to dedicate to the woman that you want to get back. And then when the guy was done singing, this is what got me. When the guy was done singing, Ryan got the biggest grin I've ever seen. Big and so cheesy that it was like, I got the Hermes bag ready to go. And it's full of a love poem and memories and perfume, all her favorites. What's her favorite brand again? Too Faced. She's gonna love that. It's funny because it's literally one of her favorite brands. And just saying. So he's gonna get a bag, Hermes bag, put all that in there, and then this song is what's gonna really get her, you know? This song about how he's admitting that he's one of the many men that she's had to deal with. That's gonna get her. That's gonna get her back. Does that not say, you know, proof in the pudding? Does that not alone say this is a toxic relationship? I mean, shouldn't the song be about you inspire me, you know, or you're like, you make the best of me or something? But it's 20 years, men have treated you badly, and I'm one of them. You know, come on. So here's the thing. We don't feel bad for Ryan anymore. He done gave up the torch. He gave up the opportunity. We gave him the sympathy card that we gave Gyp, guys. And he threw it all away. He threw everything we gave away. And you know what really bothered me? He's wearing a Justice for Pixie. Now, okay, I know what you're thinking. We all love Pixie. We're all worried about her. She's the cutest dog in the whole world. Okay, she is. But we realize that this is also a dig and a complete distraction. You change one word, you change the narrative. You change one word and anything, and you can change the narrative. So what were we all doing? We were saying justice for Nick. Justice for Nick. Justice not for Pick. Justice for Pixie. So by getting people to be like, oh, let's buy Justice for Pixie shirts. Yeah, it's cute. But why can't there be a Justice for Nick and Pixie shirt? Why can't, I mean, Nick and Pix rhyme together. Why can't we call her Pix for short and say Justice for Nick and Pix? Why can't we do that? The Justice for Pix was a really cute idea, and I'm sure the company that came up with it is really just, you know, trying to bring awareness to the poor little doggy and all the animals that have been abandoned and gone missing around Gypsy Rose. There was only one cat that I know of that was with her a really, really long time, Sweetie. And, yeah, she let that loose the day she left in the wild, supposedly. We don't know what happened to that cat. But that cat had 2 black hearts on its back. On its back. And you know what they say about people who do these things? Animals usually are the first ones. So, back to Ryan. He clearly knows that he's in love with the side of Gypsy that is Ruby. He's in love. He's Team Gypsy all the way. Team Gypsy. There is no Team Ryan. Now, when Gypsy left her mom's and went to Nick's, remember the bag? Now, I thought those were books because of how thick they were, but y'all pointed out very well, by the way, thank you, that those were movies, not books. And, Twilight, yeah. She was trying to do a whole Team Jacob, Team Edward type situation with the Team Ryan and Team Ken. Are you kidding me? Every single moment of her planning, even including her baby shower, she is reliving the date on June 9th, 2015. Every moment. She doesn't have time for a real job. She doesn't have time to cook or do chores because she's planning a film, which is real life. She's planning her future reality TV show, which is basically, let me copy Kim K and turn all this bad publicity into good publicity. The difference is that Kim K didn't, try to do the whole Team Ryan, Team Ken thing and then talk bad about one guy and then talk bad about the other guy. I mean, we've never ever seen anyone who remotely is on reality TV behave this badly, have we? Ever. Now, this song that they put out there, it was humiliating. Humiliating because Gypsy is the one being toxic to men, not the other way around. And she gets the man to claim that all men have been toxic to her for 20 years in this song by AQ the GOAT. Now, AQ the GOAT, he had an amazing voice, amazing talent, amazing beat, amazing everything. He has no idea that he's being played as part of this game. But sorry, Ryan, we're not going to give you the sympathy card anymore, okay? We're not Team Ryan because you're Team Gypsy. 3,000%. And the last time a man proved his unconditional love for Gypsy, someone died and a man went to prison for life. Unconditional love is a good thing when healthy conditions are set in place. Being with your loved ones and through the holidays is a wonderful, wonderful thing. But being with people who love you back is important. And with Ryan, it's almost like he would do anything for Gypsy. Anything. So Ryan loves Gypsy unconditionally, and the last person who loved her unconditionally died. Dee was attacked multiple times. And she thought, if I give this person unconditional love, I don't report them to the police, this person will stop trying to attack me. You see, she enabled Gypsy. She thought it was unconditional love, but she was enabling her to become more dark, enabling her to act out and continue acting out this fantasy of ending her mom's life. And Ryan is Team Gypsy all the way, and he's gonna keep enabling her. And a man willing to do anything for you, I mean anything for you, can be a good thing, unless it's not. Unless it's like Nick proving his love for her by ending someone's life. If the person you love unconditionally loves you less enough to put your future at risk, to put your livelihood at risk because of something they want, that is not love. That is enabling. It's weird. Right when I started talking about Dee, this random weird light. Do you guys see that? It's so crazy. I'm not like super like, no offense, but now my stomach is growling. Okay. So it's so weird. Right when I start talking about Dee, this random light pops up, and I'm not one to be like super, I kind of, nothing against people who are into tarot cards and stuff like that, but when they were rolling those out and saying like, Dee's saying this, Dee's saying that, I'm more of a practical person. But it is very odd that when I switched the discussion from Ryan enabling Gypsy to D enabling Gypsy, this weird light is like, the lamp is behind me, not on top of me. This is so weird. Okay, so it's nice, kind of like it. What I just want to leave with you guys is continue having a wonderful holiday. And just remember that when you are loving people unconditionally, don't ever stop. Loving people unconditionally is courageous. It's hard. It is way harder than just calling someone the B word and like giving them the middle finger and saying F off. But understand that loving unconditionally, you can still set conditions for how you need to be treated. And if that person cannot accept those conditions, like Nick, when he tried to set that condition that he did not want to end someone's life for Gypsy, he wanted to run away. You need to walk away. As much as you love someone, because there are people out there who take advantage of people who love unconditionally. They seek them out. They get them to do horrible things in the name of unconditional love. So spend your time with your holidays with your loved ones. Send me your recipes because I need them, okay? I burn my freaking turkey and ham every holiday. And now that Thanksgiving is over, I'm just hoping I can get it done by Christmas. But try my recipe, okay? Boil some ginger, boil some lemon, get some hibiscus in there, some honey. You boil that, simmer it, put it in a little teapot. You can drink it warm, but I like to let it cool off and chill it in the fridge. It's the best lemonade you'll ever have, I think. So much love, you guys. Much love. Keep the justice for Nick going. Keep the justice for Nick and Pix. Make that a combo. But let's not allow one word to be replaced and change the whole narrative. You guys remember the Biden campaign when they were like, let's go, Brandon, whatever. I'm not political, but that's a perfect example of how you can take one word and change the whole narrative. Justice for Pix sounds like a cute thing, but it's a dig at justice for Nick, and you know it. Much love. And the company that made this, they probably had no idea that it would do. They probably had no idea that it was actually directly going to wipe out the Justice for Nick movement and replace that. But I would highly encourage people to request a Justice for Nick and Pix t-shirt from them, and perhaps we can just get them to start selling those instead. Justice for Nick, again, he's Team Gypsy, so Justice for Nick is hard because he is someone who has unconditional love. But no one ever taught him that you can love people unconditionally, but also know that they could be possibly someone who lies without conscience and someone who will use you and throw you away and then call you an unsympathetic situation and never think of you again. And that is just how it is sometimes. So, justice for Nick and Pix. And I'm going to put a little, I think I might make a little jingle real quick. I mean, typically I'll spend like an hour making a song, but I think I'll spend 5 minutes, just make a cute little one for now, just so we can get the ball rolling. All right, much love, you guys. Enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend. Ciao.
Tell me your dog, make it greater. 3 years I plan it. 3 years I get you to. 3 years I make it. Do what I want you to do. Prove that you're love. Justice for Nick. Justice. Justice for Nick. Justice for Nick. Yeah.